Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm your name, and today I want to share something that's very close to my heart. It's all about the 5 things I don't do anymore after turning 60. Now, I know some of you might be wondering, what changes at 60? Well, let me tell you, embracing this new chapter in my life has taught me some incredible lessons. At 60, I've realized that life is all about growth and letting go of what no longer serves us. These insights are personal reflections that have helped me find more joy and fulfillment, and I hope they inspire you on your own journey. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's dive into this journey of transformation together. Section 1. Chasing approval. As we age, one of the most liberating realizations is that the need for external validation begins to fade. In our younger years, it often feels like we're on a constant quest for approval from friends, family, and even strangers. I remember when I was in my 30s and 40s, often feeling the pressure to fit in, to impress, and to conform to the expectations of others. I would spend so much energy worrying about what people thought of my choices, whether it was my career path, my lifestyle, or even my personal beliefs. But as I stepped into my 60s, I started to see things differently. One experience that really solidified this change for me was when I decided to pursue a hobby I had long ignored, painting. I had always loved art, but I held back because I worried that my skills weren't good enough or that others might judge my work. Finally, I took the leap and joined a local art class. What I discovered was profound. I found joy in the act of creation itself, not in how others perceived it. I realized that the opinions of others didn't define my worth or my happiness. Instead, I learned to value my own perspective, and this shift allowed me to prioritize my peace over the fleeting approval of others. The benefits of letting go of this need for validation have been incredibly rewarding. I now experience a sense of self-contentment that I never knew before. With each passing year, I feel a deeper connection to my true self and what genuinely matters to me. I can focus on my passions, nurture meaningful relationships, and live life on my own terms. This newfound peace of mind has been life-changing, making me more resilient and confident in who I am. So, if there's one thing I encourage you to consider as you age, it's this. The journey to self-acceptance and the freedom that comes from prioritizing your own values over the opinions of others is truly a gift worth embracing. Section 2. Overworking without purpose. In my earlier years, I was caught up in the hustle culture, pouring countless hours into my career, driven by the belief that hard work equated to success. I chased promotions, accolades, and titles, often sacrificing my personal life and health in the process. However, reaching my 60s brought about a profound shift in perspective. I began to question what it truly meant to be successful. Was it really about climbing the corporate ladder, or was there a deeper fulfillment to be found outside of work? As I transitioned into this new phase of life, I realized the immense value of work-life balance. I started to prioritize my health, family, and hobbies, things I had previously pushed to the back burner. I remember one summer, I decided to take a break from my fast-paced routine to spend more time with my grandchildren. We planted a garden together, and those moments of laughter and connection reminded me of what I had been missing. It was a beautiful revelation that life isn't just about achievements. It's about nurturing relationships, creating memories, and enjoying the simple pleasures. This shift towards prioritizing meaningful activities has greatly enhanced my overall happiness and well-being. Instead of feeling constantly drained and stressed from work obligations, I now feel more energized and fulfilled. I've learned that it's okay to step back and embrace a slower pace, allowing myself the space to breathe and enjoy life. By investing time in my health and passions, I not only feel physically better, but also mentally and emotionally revitalized. It's a reminder that true success lies not in the number of hours we work, but in the quality of our experiences and the love we share with those around us. Section 3. Accumulating unnecessary possessions. As I entered my 60s, I found myself reflecting on the years I spent accumulating possessions, clothes I hardly wore, gadgets I barely used, and decor that collected dust. It dawned on me that so much of my life had been driven by materialism, the desire to have more and more. But in this new chapter, I realized that true joy doesn't come from what we own. It comes from experiences and connections. This shift towards simplicity has been incredibly liberating. I began a journey of decluttering, tackling one room at a time, and it was nothing short of transformative. Letting go of items that no longer served a purpose was like lifting a weight off my shoulders. Each item I discarded felt like a small victory, and with every bag I filled for donation, I felt an increasing sense of freedom. I learned to live with intention, choosing to surround myself only with things that truly brought me happiness or had deep personal meaning. This process not only created a more serene living space, but also allowed me to refocus on what genuinely mattered in my life. The benefits of embracing this simpler lifestyle have been profound. By shedding unnecessary possessions, I've reduced the clutter in my home and, surprisingly, in my mind. I experience less stress when I'm not tied down by things that no longer bring me joy or purpose. My days are now filled with more meaningful moments, spending time outdoors, enjoying hobbies, and nurturing relationships. It's a refreshing reminder that a life well lived doesn't require an excess of possessions. Rather, it thrives on experiences, gratitude, and the joy of simplicity. Living intentionally has not only made my space feel more peaceful, but has also enriched my life in ways I never imagined possible. Section 4. Holding grudges. One of the most eye-opening lessons I've learned in my 60s is that holding on to grudges does more harm to me than to anyone else. For years, I carried around negative feelings towards people who had wronged me, convinced that by holding on to these grudges, I was somehow preserving my dignity or making a point. However, I slowly came to realize that all I was doing was weighing myself down. Those negative emotions acted like anchors, preventing me from fully enjoying life and nurturing new relationships. Embracing the idea of forgiveness has been a crucial step in my journey toward emotional freedom. I discovered that letting go of grudges is not about condoning someone's actions, but about freeing myself from the burdens of anger and resentment. By choosing to forgive, I opened the door to healing, not just for the relationship, but for myself. It has allowed me to cultivate more positive interactions and deepen my connections with others. One personal story that stands out is my experience with a close friend who had betrayed my trust years ago. For a long time, I harbored resentment, thinking that by holding on to my anger, I was standing my ground. But one day, during a moment of reflection, I realized that this grudge was preventing me from enjoying the friendships I had and the life I was living. I decided to reach out to my friend, and in that conversation, I shared my feelings and ultimately offered forgiveness. The relief I felt afterward was incredible. It was like a heavy weight had been lifted. Not only did our relationship improve, but I also found myself more at peace with other aspects of my life. Releasing that grudge opened my heart and mind, enabling me to embrace a future filled with positivity and joy. Letting go truly is one of the most powerful gifts we can give ourselves. Section 5. Neglecting self-care. As I transitioned into my 60s, I realized just how crucial it is to prioritize my physical and mental well-being. In my earlier years, I often put my health on the back burner, focusing instead on work and responsibilities. However, I've learned that self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. This period of my life has become an opportunity to truly invest in myself, and I can't emphasize enough how transformative it has been. I've discovered activities that nourish both my body and mind. For instance, I started practicing yoga and meditation regularly, which have become essential components of my daily routine. Yoga not only keeps me flexible and strong, but also provides a wonderful space to center my thoughts and release stress. Meditation has taught me to be present, allowing me to reconnect with my inner self and cultivate a sense of calm. I've also embraced enjoyable forms of exercise, such as walking in nature and swimming, which not only keep me active but also bring me joy and peace. Equally important is the practice of treating myself with compassion. I've learned to listen to my body and give it what it needs, whether that's a day of rest or indulging in a healthy treat I love. It's about recognizing that self-care is not selfish, it's an act of love toward myself. This compassionate approach has made a significant difference in my overall happiness and health. By prioritizing self-care, I feel more energized and resilient, ready to embrace life with enthusiasm. Ultimately, this journey has taught me that caring for oneself is a vital part of living a fulfilling life, especially as we age. The more I take care of myself, the more I can share my love and energy with others, creating a positive ripple effect in all my relationships. Conclusion. As I wrap up today's video, I hope my reflections on the 5 things I no longer do after 60 resonate with you. Embracing change and prioritizing what truly matters has brought me so much joy and fulfillment. I encourage you to consider what might be holding you back and how you can step into a more intentional and meaningful life. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. If you found this video helpful, please comment with a 9 if you relate to these insights or a 0 if you're at a different stage in your journey. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, take care and embrace the beauty of this wonderful life.